All right, so that's today's episode, and
that's it.
we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, welcome back to the Review Dudes.
How's everybody doing?
This is Josh here,
Jason here.
PJ.
and it's been a minute since we've had one, but we're back and raring and ready to go. So, today's episode is actually going to be sponsored by our brand Beard Oil. Here you go. We'll have more information on that later.
Cool. This episode, we're going to be doing more, not so much on the horror front directly. It's going to be a lot of rambling because we haven't been together in a minute. So we're going to catch up on a lot. Not in the marital sense, the biblical sense.
Not in the biblical sense.
This friendship's been a lie to me then. I'm leaving.
But, so we're probably going to ramble about a lot of different stuff. Not so many direct reviews, but we're going to geek about a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Stuff that we're excited about.
Yeah.
Super stoked.
And disappointed about.
Well, is there anything that we've, looked at or watched since we've been together? Anything cool? Josh and I had watched Antlers, and I think we'll let PJ watch it, and then we'll do a full review on that. Otherwise,
it was crazy when that one person died in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh.
What else? The new Scream. I had not seen it yet.
I haven't either. I'm disappointed.
I heard that it was good though.
Yeah, we've all failed the horror franchise.
Yeah, not seeing Scream.
We gotta watch it.
What else is out there?
We did all see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can talk freely about that. It's been out long enough.
It's been.
I don't have any spoilers. If you haven't seen it by now, then shame on you.
Yeah. Also, another one that I ended up seeing, a series on Netflix, is
Good job,
dropping
Josh.
the ball.
Oh man,
The silent movie.
Something 81.
Something 81.
Fear Street?
No.
Oh.
I've been trying to catch up on the Fear Street. I'm like halfway through the second
Fear
one.
Street ones.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I
really like
want them
the
to do
first
that
one.
again. I thought it was cool because they came out with the first one. It was a 3-part series. They straight up were like, hey, this is going to be 3 films. And then they released them literally like 2 weeks apart. So you only had to wait like a month and a half to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Sarah and I were all about that, but we both really liked it. I liked the casting and everything for those. I thought that was really good. I liked the whole idea of the story. I liked everything about it.
The first one I was really enjoying. The second one so far, it's been probably a couple weeks since I was watching it, but I mean I liked it. It was kind of generic-y feel because I've watched so many of those summer camp slasher movies. Yeah,
the campiness is what
it's there. Yeah,
brought me into the whole thing. Even with the first movie, it's like, okay, like who's gonna get cursed in this, you know? And then like the second one, like the jump back, they just keep jumping back, which I like a lot too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I gotta say, some of the kills in it were like surprised the hell out of me. The the meat slicer or whatever. I was like, holy shit! I wasn't expecting that to happen. Josh is sitting there, oblivious.
I agree with you guys.
One thing that I got kind of back into on that video game front, Halo 5 was a big disappointment to me, and so I never played after that. The new Halo Infinite, I've been playing the multiplayer, and I've been like pleasantly surprised. It sucked me back into the world of Halo a little bit. So I was actually pleasantly surprised about that.
It's got that same feel as like the original Halo games, like 1, 2, and 3. Just that same vibe about it.
I wish they would change a few mechanics about it, but other than that,
I haven't played it yet. But I've been religiously playing Skyrim like crazy. They released the anniversary edition and all that, and I've just been hard on Skyrim.
They like remastered that whole thing, didn't they?
Pretty much, yeah. Like as soon as I got into it, I was like, the coloration is different, everything's clearer, like, and then there was just a billion new things added to it. So I've been spending a lot of like 4 a.m. morning, like just up playing Skyrim because there's so much to do.
Nerd.
My kid is like, Dad, all you do is play Skyrim anymore. Like
It's all I have.
That's all I have.
And you're still not going to finish a single game.
I mean, I might.
I might finish it.
It might happen.
I don't think it actually has an ending.
What's funny is like I dominated the game before triggering the Dragonborn storyline, so I haven't hit any dragons at all until like I'm level 35 now. I'm like, screw it, I'll go ahead and start into it because I'm running out of side quests.
I'll now flick dragons in the face and they'll die.
And I've been a serial killer the whole time. I played almost with nothing but a knife and sneaking up on people and killing them. Like people in their home. I've went through towns and like killed half the town.
Wait. In the game?
Yes.
Okay.
In the game. I should probably clarify on that. But yeah, I just like.
I just get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I kill half the town, then I go home and play Skyrim.
I was weirdly disappointed that I can't kill the kids in the game. But I guess they got to draw a line somewhere. I guess.
I'm glad they drew that line.
I guess I can't murder children. Ugh.
Darn. Shucks. I'm rubbing against the wall. So anyways, so yeah, that's stuff that we've watched recently.
Josh, have you gotten into anything other than entrepreneurism?
Well, the Archive 81, that is what the name of it is. If you're into like weird cults and alternate realities and shit like that, it's pretty good. It's well written.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
It is.
Cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about that. What is it?
It's on Netflix.
Yes, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
How does it start?
Not sponsored. Basically, like the main character gets hired to restore some old video, like VHS tapes, and he starts like unraveling like a mystery about this apartment complex that burned down and the events that led up to it. So it's kind of like found footage, but it also jumps between the two different timelines of current times and like early mid 90s. So
not the early mid 80s.
No. So not really that. Well, I mean the 90s were 20-30 years ago, so I mean it's suck on that, old
that
people.
That is crazy. Yeah.
But it's really cool because you have no idea kind of where it's going, and you're kind of figuring it out as they figure it out.
I'll have to look
it's
into
pretty
that.
cool.
I was telling when you were first telling me about it, it made me think of if anybody's ever watched the show Dirks Gently, Holistic Detective Agency.
I gotta watch more of that.
Just you like talking about it, I was like, it reminds me of that, just not funny.
Yeah, this is definitely not a comedy.
If anybody's ever watched that show, it was amazing. And I was super sad that it only had 2 seasons. But
yeah.
Which actually reminds me, I haven't watched any episodes. Have you guys watched the Dexter, like
yes.
the new Dexter stuff?
I watched it all.
I watched all of it.
Yeah,
all of it.
I
watched it all.
Go on.
I'm not shocked that you've watched all of that.
I love Dexter.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single episode yet of
this
the new
new
ones.
Season, it was really cool. Like they did a really good job at. I don't want to give away spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, so were there any surprise motherfuckers in it?
There's no. You know what? I think they did throw in a surprise motherfucker.
Nice.
If I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but nice. I vaguely remember that. But they did a really good job just ending everything. I will say that, like, it ends.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they did it appropriately because, the fans were pretty pissed on the way this original series ended. So it's like, we needed we needed closure. For God's sakes.
I can't even say that I've seen the entire first season of Dexter. I never got into it because I didn't really have Showtime or anything. And then when each season came out, I just never watched it.
I think I have the whole series on DVD. I could probably loan it to you if you want.
I think you've tried to loan it to me before. And I think that's how I've seen the first season.
Okay.
I just don't.
I don't know. And it wasn't for like everybody, but the first season was probably the
Like,
best
the
season.
pinnacle.
Yeah. And it got a little weird towards the end. Like, where do they go with this kind of thing?
With the space aliens and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nazi
I guess.
hookers and space aliens
Right.
and werewolf hobos.
Nazi hookers. Okay,
I've never
got it.
related more to anything than werewolf hobo in my life. I feel like
It sounds like a Rob
hobo.
Zombie film for sure.
Right. The sequel to Hobo with a Shotgun.
Cowboy Bebop series.
So the Cowboy Bebop series is done and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it comes back. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I understand some people's complaint about it, but it's so hard to do live action anime anything that you're not going to make everybody happy. I mean, obviously, but
Honestly,
I
I
thought they
thought-
did a great job.
I thought it was probably the best anime to live action adaptation that I've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was much better than the Dragon Ball movie.
Oh my god.
That's like the bottom of the barrel
Yeah,
right
that's-
there. Because, like, okay, so there's...
You got
what?
Bad Candy, then you got Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah. But as far as, like,
I would watch Dragon Ball
adaptations
Evolution over Bad Candy.
that we're familiar
Wow,
with,
right.
there's what? I never saw Battle Angel.
Oh, I did.
Alita.
Alita Battle Angel.
I heard
it
it.
cool?
I heard that was good.
I watched about half of Ghost in the Shell.
I watched all of Ghost in the Shell.
Mhm.
I
Pretty
also-
cool,
But I
though.
loved Ghost in the Shell standalone complex.
Yeah.
What else is Death Note?
I
Now,
loved Death
I
Note.
really enjoyed Death Note, but I understand, like, after learning more about the original anime, which I had not seen before watching the movie, but, like, the fact that the main character was so much more intelligent in the anime,
Well,
and he was more of, like, a force to be reckoned with, as opposed to
Right.
just, like, some kid who's
I think the
kind
big
of...
disconnect between the anime and the live action Death Note was the anime was so like story driven
Yeah.
and like actually like a filled out world and story and everything, whereas the movie was just kind of like, all right, here's an hour and a half, we're just gonna jam all that into one thing.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I
Yeah.
thought they did good still.
I thought they did good,
still
too.
Really liked Death
I think
Note.
they did a good job with what they had. I thought it was. I didn't see. I didn't understand the hate that it got from
Yeah.
people.
I guess, I don't know, maybe it's like the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, I understand the hate towards it, but I loved
The new
it.
one?
Yeah. There was hate towards it. But
Well,
it's like,
They're wrong.
to me, it was like, okay, we were only given so much time, money, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
This is the best we can do with what we had. And they did a great job.
Right. I thought they did fine.
Yeah.
I mean, as a start to create that new universe. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the second one has been greenlit and started, if in case you didn't know that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Have you
Good.
seen the new Mortal Kombat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Good.
dope. I went to theaters for that one.
Dope AF.
Dope AF.
Well, speaking of going to the theaters, new one coming out here in about less than a month now.
2 weeks, I think.
Oh my God, yes. The Batman.
I cannot wait.
The Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited for that.
I'm gonna say we need to set it. Well, like we need to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
game for that.
Okay.
I'm not as excited as you guys are, but I'm game.
Well, you're wrong, but that's
Okay.
okay.
I could be wrong.
It's hard to walk through this world being as stupid as you are.
Right. a 3-hour Batman movie where he's the world's finest detective. Come on.
And he's not.
And we don't have to
doesn't
see
have
his
these,
parents fucking die again.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you really
It's
don't.
gonna
know.
happen.
It's gotta happen.
I
There's gonna be a
fucking
mid-movie flashback of his parents dying.
Well, I don't know. They came out and said that we are not showing that.
Did
We've
they?
seen it so many times. We're
I
not doing
hope
it
They
again.
didn't. I mean, they didn't show Uncle Ben in the new Spider-Man.
The new Spider-Man
but,
series, yeah.
So there you go.
maybe
I don't
we
think there was an Uncle Ben, was there, for Tom Holland's
Oh, yeah.
universe?
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just died like way back when.
Okay.
won't. The Batman.
Sorry.
It doesn't have like the super unrealistic cars. It looks like something that I would be able to build if I was a billionaire and had money to import parts secretly.
Yeah.
But
Right.
even the suit looks handmade. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
look like it's. That's kind of like the thing about Christian Bale's Batman. They were bringing in the masks from wherever, and they were talking about the different contractors that build them and stuff like that. Like the cow's coming from here, this is coming from here. This Batman like suit looks like something that if I needed to piece something together
built
for
it in the
vengeance,
shop,
I could
yeah.
do it myself.
Well, that and even just, this Batman looks like, obviously it's like year 2 basically, and he's still batshit crazy and trying to like
Hurt.
pun, but still trying to figure things out, and he's just pissed all the time. And I
get
can't
that.
wait for that.
Yeah,
I'm not
very excited.
super on board with the Riddler. I think
Really?
it's so different. You might as well be a different character.
I don't think they've
But maybe
touched
it'll
on
be...
the Riddler enough. Like,
Yeah.
I think that just like the Joker is Batman's like ultimate foe,
Mm-hmm.
the Riddler is Batman's brain's ultimate foe.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think not having the Riddler in, any of the more recent Batmans.
I know, I think it's good to have the Riddler. I just think the way they're doing it, it's a little too separate.
They're kind of
Personally.
connecting it as more like a Zodiac killer,
Yeah.
which I actually really
making it a
like.
lot more like giving a more touch of realism to the
Yeah.
universe of
I don't
Batman.
know.
Because let's face it, when you think of the Riddler, you don't think of like this deadly opponent that's like actually okay. He's got riddles. Like, what's so intimidating about that? But now you got he's got riddles because he's murdered people.
Well, the Jim Carrey Riddler
Was
you
perfection.
but you just got like, oh, somebody robbed a diamond store. There's a riddle card.
Right.
But like the comic book Riddler, you would find a body with a riddle on it.
Mm-hmm.
He did kill a few people in that one, didn't he?
I don't know,
There was the guy through the window.
dude.
on
It
the
was
chair.
Joel Schumacher. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm just
But-
brainstorming.
you were coming across crime scenes with riddles to
Right.
find.
Like someone put this cat up in the tree. Oh, there's a riddle.
That sounds like more of the firefighter than the Batman to deal with.
Wow.
Somebody
enough.
also
So instead of the
littered
cat
a
in the
card
tree-
in here.
Someone cut the cat into pieces, shoved it down this guy's throat, and duct taped his head, and then put a riddle on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
That sounds like more of the Riddler.
Okay, sure.
Cat in the tree. We didn't find it till
The
after
tree up
autopsy.
the guy's ass.
Oh shit! You've been playing too much Skyrim. Yeah, but I guess Josh and I are excited for the Batman. What else are we got going on? Oh, the Halo series.
Yeah, the Halo series coming out looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
People are complaining about Cortana, and I'm like, it's just get over it.
I've heard a little bit, but I don't really understand the argument. Like, what are they?
Like, oh, she's not blue, or something like that. It's just like it was a detail that's like it was probably a production choice, whatever.
Oh, you mean a real person doesn't look just like a video game
Yeah,
hologram?
yeah,
I
that's
thought,
kind of annoying.
That's
Well,
awful.
the argument is that it's supposed to be an advanced time, and now we have more advancements, so like holographs probably wouldn't be cast in a different color. It'd be more realistic, but at the same time, the trailer I saw, I thought she was like a hologram. I thought she was blue.
It looked fine to me. I don't know.
I
It didn't
guess I
take me out of the
pay
moment,
much
that's for
attention.
sure.
It's probably along the same lines of she's the wrong blue, because that's how
It's
it
like
was
Cad Bane in
for
the
Cad-
the
the,
I wanted to call it the Mandalorian, but
Boba Fett. Yeah,
Like, oh,
People-
he's not the right blue, and his face would be skinnier. And it's just
Right.
like, guys, like I get it, they could have tweaked it, but
fuck outta
why?
here.
Like it's enough.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, getting into Boba Fett and Mandalorian stuff, which PJ's not caught up on, but Josh and I are. So we won't get into it too much, but we've been enjoying that.
You can get into it all you want. I probably won't watch it.
Okay. Well.
I fell off I tried really hard for The Mandalorian, and I just wasn't interested enough in that. And
Gotcha.
then when I watched the trailer for Boba Fett, and when I was watching that trailer, I was like, oh, this is probably enough for me.
There is a lot of slowness in Boba Fett.
Right.
Like the first.
I will say The
half of
Mandalorian
the
is definitely a better series than Boba Fett.
Yeah. He's just been a better character in general.
I feel like 15 years ago, I probably would have been really into this, and I think lately I'm just not as big into Star Wars as I once was.
I've fallen out of a lot of Star Wars love until The Mandalorian came out. Then I got like reignited into it. But like as far as like the movies go, I'm like whatever. Who cares?
Well,
like,
the new Obi-Wan series is going to be coming out later this year too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty stoked for that.
We'll see how that goes. I hope it's good. But...
I went deep into Star Wars at one point, and I just did not care about any other storyline than Revan. Like that's what I want to see. Like if they came out with a Revan trilogy.
Well, they're talking about going like Old Republic and before then for the next movie series, and that's kind of been the rumor.
I hope they do, because you could start out the very first movie could be Revan as a Jedi, and then the second movie Revan as a Sith, and then the third movie Revan back as a Jedi.
Yeah.
But even the third movie could be a two-part. I don't know. I just...
Either way, Revan's definitely a character that needs
Revan
fleshed out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was such a good story.
Darth Bane would be a cool movie too. I don't know if you know much about Darth Bane. Sorry.
I think... Jesus, Jason!
I think I need a beverage.
It's been a while and I don't remember everything, but was Bane the Sith that Revan fought?
No, he wasn't in those. I think
games. We've had this conversation before.
Bane,
I wasn't talking about the games. I was talking about the books.
I don't know if Bane was part of the Revan thing. I think he was way before Revan.
I think it was a different timeline.
Because he started the Rule of Two with the Sith. And I never read the books, but Jeremiah, our other brother, had read the books, and he told me a lot about them in length. And I enjoyed it. You know, like I was like, maybe I'll read those someday. I won't read them probably. But
I have so much I want to read, and then I sit down and read like 3 pages. I'm like, that's enough reading. Woo!
That's why I was telling Josh. I went to audiobooks and driving to work and driving home. Like I just put them on the radio, and I've been through, 8 books in the last couple months.
And I did that for Ready Player One. I listened to Ready Player One, and then Sarah found out before me they made a Ready Player 2 book, and so she bought me the whole series. I think she's farther in it than I am, and I have the audiobook for Ready Player 2 as well, and I just can't find the time to get into it, which sucks because I absolutely love Ready Player 1. I hated the movie. I still watch the movie because I look at the movie as its own thing, but the book, oh my god. If you guys have the chance to listen to Ready Player 1, the book, it's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen the movie either. I've
anything.
only seen like the clips of like all the shit happening. It's like, oh, this is Optimus Prime fighting.
Read
that kind of stuff.
Listen to the book. It's lengthy. Will Wheaton narrates it.
That's funny.
Perfect.
He does the second book too. Listen to the book, then see the movie, and you'll understand everything.
I gotcha. Which I've heard the same thing from like everybody that's loved the book. Is they're like, you got to read it. It's amazing. The movie,
it's kind of funny because that's like something I've always people have always said like, oh, the book was so much better. And especially with like Twilight and Harry Potter's and everything like that. Oh, the book is so much better. The book is so much better. And I just was always like, I don't care.
Right.
I just don't care.
I've been trying to listen to like a lot of like what I thought were like the classics of horror kind of stuff. And a lot of times I'm finding out that the movie was better. Like I read The Shining, well, quote unquote, read The Shining. And I'm like, man, like there's some cool stuff in the book that would have been cool to see that they couldn't have done. Yeah. But I'm glad the movie was what it was based on the book. Or even like the It series. I read It. And I'm like, man, the book was kind of, or the movie was better, to be honest. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I'm finding that out a lot, and it's like, I don't understand the complaints.
Well, that's everybody was talking about the new It series. Like, oh, it's so much more true to the book, and it's just like, I like the movies.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I did. I think I was telling Josh before. I did enjoy. So like the new It series had the leprosy hobo coming out of the haunted house. Do you remember that in the movie?
Mm-hmm.
So in the book, he's offering to give the kid blowjobs for a dime. That was fucking hysterical. That. Okay, yeah.
I remember you saying it was probably on Facebook or something, but I remember you bringing that up. That is funny.
It was like listening to the guy like act it out. I'm just like busting up in the car, like.
You can tell he's like, he gets to that point in the book and he's like, okay, here we go. Damn it.
Jason's turning it down.
Yeah, I gotta turn. I'm like sitting in a parking lot at Home Depot or something and turning it down so people aren't hearing. I'll give you, or I'll suck your dick for a dime. Like, what is that guy listening to?
That's exactly what you think.
Oh boy, I always like, it's funny about the books and the movie translation because I want to take old TV shows and I want to revamp them like they did in the early 2000s. We had Starsky and Hutch, Dukes of Hazzard, Chips. I so bad want to do a remake of Gilligan's Island. And Sarah is so tired of me telling her this, but I want to remake Gilligan's Island so bad and comically dark, funny kind of movie. Like, I want Ryan Reynolds cast as the professor, and I want him just to be the most closeted homosexual ever. And, like, these girls, like, throwing themselves at him because they're trapped on this island, and, like, you're gonna, like, hook up, and him just like, no. Right. I want that casting so bad. Ryan Reynolds is the professor, because I think he would just knock it out of the park.
Do you have any ideas for the other characters?
No, I haven't really.
He's just focused on Ryan Reynolds being a closeted homosexual.
Yeah,
that's really it.
That's
really
the dream. It really is.
Because I try to think of like Mr. and Mrs. Howe, but I automatically go to like actors and actresses that would be perfect from like the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah,
I have trouble coming up with the new actors and stuff.
I got a good Gilligan. That guy, he was really goofy in the early 2000s. What was he in? The New Guy or something?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He was really scrawny, goofy dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's been up to, but...
That would be
I can't
really
think
good.
Of his name
that would
either.
be a really good Gilligan casting. We'd have to look and see what he's up to now, what he looks like now, you know? But like, the early 2000s, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You found this actor from the early 2000s that would have been perfect, and now he's probably like normal. To an extent.
He's not so much of a character anymore, yeah. I don't know.
Well, and that might actually end up being kind of funny too, to get an old show, not quite as old actors for a modern remake.
Well, I also
think
think like, but I've also thought like Dave Bautista as the skipper.
I was gonna say Gilligan.
Because have you seen those commercials where Dave Bautista is sitting on a beach?
Yeah.
So like him as the skipper, I think that would be really funny. Just this like huge brute man as the skipper. Like you'd think like, yeah, you are a skipper, but then kind of dress him up like the Travelocity guy in a way. You know what I mean? I think that would be pretty funny too. I think about this kind of stuff a lot. Like, how would I cast them? What would the storyline be? You know, I try to do that stuff a lot. It's completely annoying if you're around me long enough. Cause
like, Brain, can we turn off the Gilligan's Island for a week or something?
Sarah just kind of goes into like autopilot now, and she's like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah,
bless your heart.
Hey, look at that tractor out in that field now."
That's funny.
Yeah, I would love to remake Gilligan's Island.
Oh yeah.
We should just write the story and then mail it to Ryan Reynolds.
It's a good chance that it'll happen.
Actually,
If he
it's not
got it
a
in his
terrible
hands.
idea.
It would be kind of funny too if we cast all Marvel characters in it, and then we mailed it to oh god, Happy Hogan. What's his real name? Kevin Feige.
Oh yeah.
If we mail it to Kevin Feige too, because you got Dave Bautista as the skipper, you could have Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield as Gilligan. I think Andrew Garfield would be funnier.
Yeah,
He'd actually do
And then,
a pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson and
As Marianne.
what's the Scarlett Johansson as
And the
Marianne,
Olsen.
and then what's the Olsen?
Oh my god.
It's not Mary Kate or Ashley.
I know. Shit.
Alice.
No. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
She could be.
She's the best Olsen in my opinion.
Who is the movie star?
Oh shoot! It's not Marianne.
Gosh.
I was trying to do the theme song in my head, and my head kept going
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
singing
Jetsons
it.
theme song.
See, I've thought about remaking the Jetsons too.
Kate, his wife. His boy, Elroy.
Jane.
Here
That's
on
not
Gilligan.
Jane. It's Jane. Jane, not Kate. His
Oh my
wife.
God, who is the movie star from Gilligan's Island? This is stupid. Anyways, Elizabeth Olsen as the movie star, and then Mr. and Mrs. Howe, Michael Douglas, and
Ooh, yeah.
what was Ant-Man? What was her name? His wife from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh my god, I'm brain farting. Catwoman.
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island cast.
Ginger.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Oh man, yeah. Who is Catwoman?
For which one?
The original Batman. Catwoman. She was also
Not like 60s, but 90s original Batman.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer,
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas as Mr. and Mrs. Howe.
That would, yeah, I like that a
And
lot
then
actually.
Ryan Reynolds would be the professor. That'd be a full Marvel cast.
Yeah.
That's a really good cast lineup actually.
It would have been really funny if they did a WandaVision episode of Gilligan's Island. And
Yeah,
did the
that
whole
would have been
cast.
good.
Because even the millionaire and his wife could have been Vision and Wanda.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been really funny too.
Damn it, I want this now.
See?
You're gonna have many sleepless nights.
Right.
Yeah, coming up with it. Because I, and then another thing I do, like thinking about Gilligan's Island here, that could be a horror film. And you just wouldn't touch on that it was based off the cast of Gilligan's Island. You just have the skipper, his first mate, a husband and wife, a smart person, a famous person, and an ordinary person trapped on an island. And they have to like fight their way off this island. And it would be completely based off of Gilligan's Island, but nobody
But you don't
would know.
address it.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, you just don't ever, like, somebody on the internet would be like, this was based off of Gilligan's Island, and, like, line them all up, and we'd be like, you're right. Good job. But then you could do it, I think that a lot of that stuff in the early 90s was based way too much on comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And, but you could have, like, the funny action film version of it, or you could just do, like I said, like a completely dark, scary horror film of it.
Right.
I think that would be cool too. I do that a lot too, because I'll watch a comedy and be like, how would I turn this into a horror movie? Like, how would this happen? Like, if zombies broke down the door right now, like, start out this like funny rom-com, and then all of a sudden, like, they wake up in the morning and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe we did that. And then you're thinking, oh, they're gonna fall in love now, but then it's zombie apocalypse, and then now they have to.
Because honestly,
fight their
how
way
many
through it.
movies start off as one thing and then
Just end
flip
up
the
becoming
switch
yeah.
and become something crazy? I mean, the only one that I could really think of is From Dusk Till Dawn. It's like
Yeah.
this
action film,
action gangster,
realism.
fucked up, whatever, and then it's crazy vampires in a weird bar.
Right. Within 5 seconds. you
Yeah,
know?
and you're like, and there's just like this total gear switch on that in that moment, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
And like Sarah and I watched a rom-com the other day on Amazon, and it was like, so we were watching the trailer, and I'm like, okay, so them two end up together, and she's like, yeah, no doubt. And then she like the main female character connects with this young man who's like got trouble in his household, and she's like helping him get home and stuff. And Sarah's like, "Oh, she's gonna become a counselor." And then at the end, she's like, "I'm gonna go to school to be a guidance counselor."
They're
I'm
so
like,
predictable. Yeah. I did watch kind of back into the horror thing a little bit. The show You on Netflix. Have either of you watched that?
I have not.
I
Because that's
What is it? Season
Jordan
1
Peele?
and 2?
No,
That's Us.
that's us. You
okay.
is about a guy who gets obsessed with women, and then he ends up killing somebody, or a handful of somebodies. It's almost Dexter-y, but he doesn't really. It's different enough, but it's very in the same vein because there's a lot of him like talking in his head,
right.
and that kind of thing. Whatever.
I loved the
this-
first and second season of that,
Yeah.
and I was really excited for the third season, and I just did not like the third season at all.
Yeah, it was. It gets better towards the end. It gets a lot better, but yeah, like sometimes it's like, do I really want to put the time into that?
I didn't.
You know,
I just
yeah.
when I was done with it, I was done.
I watched it because Jen was really into it, and I was like, okay, there's actually murdering happening, so this is fun. But it was like, there's enough.
His glass box thing, that is really cool.
Yeah. So the character, he worked in a library for years, and he got really good at restoring really old books.
Okay.
And so they would keep like the really expensive special old books in this glass box that was like temperature controlled and humidity controlled. Well, eventually he started putting people in there, like when he didn't know what to do with them, but he's gonna like murder them or whatever.
Wait, how big's this glass box?
It's
Like a 10
it's
by
about the size
10
of this room.
probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It was in the basement of the bookstore he worked in.
I gotcha. When you
Storage or
first
whatever.
started, I was thinking like, oh, it's big enough to fit some books.
No, yeah, it's like
Okay.
a room,
It was a room.
basically.
Yeah, it was like a temperature controlled, soundproof room.
I gotcha.
But it was pretty cool. And it's a lot of like, the third season dealt with like a lot of his wife. He ends up getting married to a woman who's also insane and kills people. But she just kept impulse killing, and then he would have to clean it up for her. And he's like, how the fuck are we supposed to live with and have a family and our kid and blah 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 if you keep fucking killing people, kind of thing.
Huh.
And that was entertaining, and it's like, how are they going to cover this up,
Right.
kind of thing. That's fun.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
But it's pretty good.
It's called You.
It's called
It's
You.
good. It's on
Okay.
Netflix. Just watch the first season. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get into the first season.
Okay.
It's good.
Nice.
And a lot of times, like, the dude is a creep. And a lot of times I'm like, he's just this scrawny little whatever. Like, I can't imagine him being able to kill. But a lot of times it's like, okay, yeah, I could see you killing somebody that way.
Was,
gotcha.
I want to say that was a Lifetime series when it first started.
I thought it was Netflix the whole time, but I could be wrong.
The first season was originally aired somewhere else. Netflix bought the property.
Gotcha.
And the actor does not want to, like the actor Joe, he hates the character.
Yeah.
And like everybody was going crazy for it when it was on Lifetime, and he was just blown away by it. He's like, I absolutely hate playing him. I hate the idea of him. I can't believe women are like into this.
I've met a few people who are like, oh, he's so handsome and blah, blah. Like, they're like swooned by him, and it's like, the dude's a total creep.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And that was like the basis of the actor. He's like, this guy is literally like womanizing people, and like he's a horrible person. Why are
Yeah.
people getting behind him?
Yeah.
And some arrest too.
But yeah, I finished that. I'm trying to think if there's any other horror movies that I'd watch.
One that's coming out around the same time as Batman, I believe, is Morbius.
Oh yeah, that one looks dope.
I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't.
I think Jared Leto is the perfect
I
person
agree,
for him.
and I think that it looks good.
It's his comic book movie comeback. It's always better the second time you come
Right.
back to a character or whatever. But go on. Sorry.
No, you weren't interrupting. I was listening. based off the comic books, the original Spider-Man cartoon series, he looks like Morbius. I like the idea of it. I like the powers they're giving him. They seem realistic. I think this is going to be one of the ways they're going to bring one of the older Spider-Men back into light because some of the teaser trailers, you have an older Spider-Man.
Right.
I think it's Tobey Maguire. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But you do have the older Spider-Man poster hanging on the wall.
Because it's weird, because they also got Michael Keaton.
Who's from Far From Home.
And
Or,
that's kind of weird.
Homecoming, yeah.
So it's like, I'm a little confused there. But no, some of the...
It ends up being the same universe, but now that the expanded universes have been connected, now everything's connected.
Yeah.
Sony can do their own thing.
I don't feel like you watched all the way to the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, because all the other universe got sucked out of the 616 universe or whatever it is.
Right. But it was a way to be like, okay, so Sony can do their own thing. That still happened.
Yeah.
We can do our own thing, and it's just separate universes, but the story can still be connected later. It's like pre-retconning everything.
Yeah.
I'll see it. I'm not 100% like, I gotta go see that right now.
As long as they keep him as a villain and not like an anti-hero.
He's gonna end up being an anti-hero.
I
Everybody's an
kind of
anti-hero
figured,
now,
yeah.
but
Probably, but the footage that they've released in like the later trailers of like him totally vamped out, like,
Oh, he goes through and wrecks faces.
yeah, I was like, because they had like a bat form that was very reminiscent of Bram Stoker's Dracula in his full bat form, and I'm like, that's dope as shit.
I did like
Sorry, my
the.
phone's
I
going.
Hey,
did
you want
like
to turn
in
your
the-
ringer off?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
silent
thought it
mode,
was
bro.
off for a second.
God.
I did like the part where the guy's like screaming like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Venom."
Right.
He's like, "Just kidding. I'm Dr. Michael Morbius."
Right.
Like, I did like that. I thought that was funny.
I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh,
in like
yeah.
a train station or something. He's like hovering over this guy, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, who are you?" And he just, "I'm Venom." I'm just kidding. I'm Dr. Michael Morbius.
That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
So I guess I did like those little parts to it.
Right.
I'm blown away by how many movies are coming out this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's... Well, even going back to, like, the DC side of it, you got the Batman, you got the Flash, you got the new Aquaman,
Yep.
you got Shazam, or Black Adam. I'm stoked for that
Well,
stuff. I
there's-
hope they're all good.
Yeah.
There was so much stuff that got held up with COVID that everything's finally getting through now. So it's like we're getting this rush of awesome movies.
Right.
Which I'm not complaining.
Right.
So
I mean, like, literally, I was looking at the release dates, and it's like every month has something coming out that
Yeah.
I have to see.
yeah,
I love it.
I can't
back-
remember what was coming out
get
in
back to
December.
the theaters.
Was it the new Avatar?
Oh, is that coming out this year?
Oh, and
haven't
the
seen anything
sequel
on it.
to Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Yeah.
Because they're bringing 2099 into it.
Okay. I haven't seen a whole lot on it.
Spider-Woman. I don't know. Whatever.
I think Sony announced a 2099 Spider-Man movie too.
That'd be dope. That'd be awesome. They need to get into the clone stuff to me
Mm-hmm.
in the movies. That'd be cool to see, like Ben Ryan or
Yeah.
They
Ben
well
Ryan?
they've
Ben Riley.
Ben Riley.
Yeah. Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, he was
He's
always
my
like
favorite,
a favorite.
yeah.
Yeah.
they've cast Madam Web
Oh, really?
for live action. I just saw that
I
last week.
guarantee you that's where 2099 Spider-Man's going to come in.
Right. Yeah, I'm
Because Madam Web
pretty
is where
stoked for
she
that.
brought all the Spider-Men in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure it was for live action. I don't think it was for another like Into the Spider-Verse sequel or anything, but
I think the only way they could do another Into the Spider-Verse is with Madam Web, though.
right.
Did you guys see the whole Loki series?
I did. It's been a while. Like
Yeah.
I watched. I was current on it as it was coming out. So
I have not. I saw the first 2 or 3 episodes, something like that.
Hawkeye came out, and I watched the first episode, and I was like sucked completely back into all the the Disney Plus series is.
Yep.
So I actually went back through and watched all of WandaVision, and I watched all of Loki, and I was pleasantly surprised with Loki.
I've heard that from everybody.
I actually really enjoyed Loki a lot, and it took me like 2 or 3 times to actually watch all the way through it because I think I started the first episode, watched half of it, and was like, eh. And then I came back in and watched like 3 episodes and was like, eh. And then that one day I watched all of Loki, and I was like, oh my god, that was okay.
Well, that's kind of how I was with WandaVision, though, too. Like, the first, 3 or 4 episodes, I was like, man, I gotta just, get through these. Yeah. I hope it gets better. And then it, everything just explodes out of nowhere.
I was the same with WandaVision as well.
I liked, in the WandaVision, I really enjoyed the confusion. Watching it, being like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we doing, why is this,
right.
blah, blah, blah. But I actually enjoyed that, because, I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to be...
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want everything spoon-fed to me.
Right.
I fucking hate that in movies sometimes.
Well, I liked the confusion of the brother. And they're like...
Yeah.
And you're, sitting there, you're sitting there and you're like, it's not the brother that was in her movie, but it's the better brother.
Right.
From the X-Men. That was some of my favorite scenes in X-Men, was when he would slow down and be running around, taking the kids out of the mansion or running around the prison. I loved those scenes. And so seeing him, I was like, hell yeah. And then it's like they're playing with you. Mm-hmm. The girl's at the computer and she's like, she recast her brother?
Right.
So it's like, oh, okay, you're going to touch on it too.
Yeah. And before they actually touched on it in the series, I like how it was just nonchalantly put out there. It wasn't a big reveal. He just showed up and was like, hey sis, oh hey bro.
And he's got this thick New York accent.
Right.
Yeah. And they're asking her where her accent went, but then it's your brother's got a thick New Yorker accent. Where? Where's his accent?
That is funny. What else?
I kind of wanted to express how much I did like WandaVision, though, because that's basically a Wanda comic book series.
Right.
And she has Vision dies, she has kids, they go to a different dimension to live, and she does have the kids that have powers and everything, so bringing that stuff in, I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go work for Marvel.
Well, I'm curious, kind of what her role is going to end up being in the Multiverse of Madness, which another one that's coming out soon.
Yeah, that's coming out too, yeah.
Which I'm really excited about, what exactly they're doing with that.
Somebody mentioned to me that Benedict Cumberbatch is, done playing Doctor Strange.
Banana Cumberbitch?
Yeah, Banana Cumberbitch.
You can say his name.
I haven't read that anywhere, but somebody told me, and I'm like,
I've heard.
I wouldn't think so.
I think that it's just kind of one of those things that people are saying because they've said Robert Downey Jr. is signed on for 3 more movies.
Well, they've released some footage or pictures. I don't know how real they are, of Cumberbatch in Iron Man armor and Tony Stark standing next to him, maybe with the wizard outfit on. I don't remember offhand, but it was it was definitely Cumberbatch in the armor. Now I don't know if it was a really good Photoshop head swap.
Well, a lot of people have worn Iron Man armor.
Yeah,
true.
So
and it could be just another part of the multiverse.
Yeah,
Thor: Love and Thunder comes out too.
Oh yeah,
and they haven't released anything on that as far as trailer.
I've seen nothing on it.
I've only seen the behind the scenes photo of Natalie Portman swole
fucking
as fuck.
Jacked.
Yeah.
Dude, she looks badass.
Yeah. Don't punch me, Natalie.
Right.
They need to redo the Natalie Portman rap song from SNL, when she's all jacked up.
Just
have her taking steroids and getting pissed and shit. That'd be hilarious.
I've heard that there's so much misdirection with the trailer they've released for the Multiverse of Madness that the Doctor Strange that you're following through that trailer isn't
actually Doctor Strange. Right. Well, because they showed
crazy.
The evil version of him, and I was curious, they're gonna throw some kind of monkey wrench into everything and just twist things around.
The Doctor Strange that you're seeing, the the point of view of Doctor Strange fighting another Doctor Strange, they've said that point of view is the evil Doctor Strange and he's fighting the good Doctor Strange.
I
But you
gotcha.
just don't understand because there's so much going on.
I will be thoroughly happy to be confused by that movie.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I want it to blow my mind and make me trip. Like, that's what I want
Right.
out of it.
Well, just multiverse of madness. There
Yeah,
better be a lot of
exactly.
different universes, and I better just be not understand a
just
thing.
walk out being like, what?
And
just
it's Sam
happened?
Raimi.
Right. Oh, it is Sam.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of elements here that are going to be cool. So.
Yeah.
Can we roll into Spider-Man? No Way Home?
Sure.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Roll it.
No spoiler alert for this. If you haven't seen it, that's your own fault. Sorry.
Yeah, go watch the movie. Damn it.
We've all watched 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I saw most of the
Oh, you
second
did?
I've seen
number
1, 2,
two
3, 1, 2, and 1.
2. Half of 2.
and 1, 3.
Some of 2. Yeah.
So you didn't see all of Far From Home.
Correct. I've
And-
seen a lot of chunks of it.
You've seen all of them?
I've seen all the new Marvels. The only one I haven't seen was the second Garfield.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it.
I bought all of the Spider-Man so Sarah could see them all.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, obviously when we were young, the Spider-Man movies came out, and I was just,
Yeah.
Spider-Man. This is
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
And going back and rewatching them, it's hard to get through some parts of them. And then when the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man came out, I absolutely loved the Amazing Spider-Man. I was like, damn, that's the best Spider-Man I've ever seen. And then when I saw the first trailer for Civil War and
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah.
flips in, I was like, oh my god, nobody told me they were bringing Spider-Man back. No, I didn't know
Oh my
this.
god, oh my
Yeah.
god, oh my god.
And so I was pumped. And then, like, through the new series of Spider-Man, the whole time I'm sitting there like, I have this Spider-Man anthology book, and it's all of like Spider-Man, tech Spider-Man, where he like makes his own stealth suits and stuff, and gets all this help from the Fantastic Four, from the Stark Industries, and so when I saw this new gadgety Spider-Man, I was like, hell yeah, like
Right.
I love that. I
which
love that
which
side of
actually
it.
bothered a lot of people.
A lot
with
of people
the
didn't
Tom
understand.
Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, when he got that Iron Spider suit, they're just like, oh, what? Why would he have that? That's ridiculous. Or the suit that just kind of
The nanotech.
the
yeah.
nanotech suit. Like, I loved all of that. I was completely on board. So when the new Spider-Man Tom Holland came out, which Sarah's favorite Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield.
Of
And she
course.
hates Tom Holland. She's like, he's too young. And I'm like looking at it like, this is my favorite person. Stop talking about him like that. But I was completely on board with all the gadgets. When he got the Tony Stark glasses, did you get that far into Far From Home?
A little. Yeah, I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Okay. So when he gets the Tony Stark glasses, I was like, hell yeah, this is
Right.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
So the whole thing starts out. I'm surprised you didn't finish Far From Home, where Mysterio character has outed Spider-Man.
It's not so much that I like started it and then like turned it off and walked away. I've just seen pieces of it. So like I've seen all the important bits. I've seen the ending. I've seen the
You
fights.
should totally watch the whole movie.
I
though. It's a
want to
solid
watch
movie.
it. It's just every time I go on, like nobody plays the Spider-Man movies.
I want
There's
them
no
to
streaming services.
I want them to bring Mysterio back and redo him. Because
I think they will.
I always loved Mysterio. I was
Yeah.
really hoping Mysterio would also be in this film, and I was
Yeah.
disappointed that he wasn't. We had what did we watch before that? We all watched this movie before Spider-Man, and we were kind of mixed. Where I really liked the other one, and you guys weren't on board, and then you guys really liked Spider-Man, and I wasn't really on board. What was that? I can't remember. It would have been around November. Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
still
it was
haven't seen
Ghostbusters.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, with Spider-Man, I liked this movie a lot, but I felt like this movie was going to make $1 billion. They could have done so much more.
Right.
But when the other Spider-Men come in, and like Andrew Garfield showing him that like he jumps up and sticks with his fingers.
Right.
What do you mean you need more proof than that?
Like, I'm obviously Spider-Man.
I really liked that. And then them all working together and Peter, okay, Tom Holland, trying to help these guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big part of the Spider-Man series that I don't think has ever been touched on in the other movies. Like, obviously they wanted to stop, like, Tobey Maguire wanted to stop the Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. But not actually help him.
Exactly. And so, like, seeing Tom Holland use his brain to try to help these guys, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a cool aspect of it. The Sandman, like, trying to help him, I thought that was really cool, too.
Well, and just touching on that, can we talk about how the Green Goblin was so much cooler in the new one?
Yeah.
They completely, like, they took his old suit and
Yeah.
retconned him to a suit that he should have been wearing the whole time with that, like, purple sweater,
It
like,
is
torn and
funny
tattered.
that they're like, Willem Dafoe is just an ugly dude. We'll just not do a mask at all, and he's a goblin, you know. But he needed that facial expressions,
Right.
you know. He needed to
Yeah.
be able to do that.
Oh, it was perfection.
So yeah, he was. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps, like nerding about it, but it's like because he was just fucking people up.
Yeah.
And just even just the little thing where he just had a tattered shirt and pants on.
It was
over
perfect.
top of his suit.
Yeah.
Right.
And how good it looked.
Yeah, and it's just green and purple and tattered,
And it's like,
looks
there's the
perfect.
Green Goblin that I was hoping for.
Like, what's
He had
this
his
$1 million
hood up and stuff.
What's this $1 million costume we're doing? Just give him a ripped up hoodie.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It worked.
We ran out of budget. Willem, we're just going to put you in the old suit. There's some stuff on this part, so we're going to cover it with a purple
Just
hoodie.
rob this
And
homeless
then,
guy.
We're missing the top part of the pants, so we're going to put different pants on you that
Yeah.
are going to be tattered. Okay. Yeah, but I absolutely loved
I loved how vicious and powerful he was and everything. I was watching, I was flipping through videos on my phone, and there was a TikTok about a guy. He's like, some people actually think that Captain America is stronger than the Green Goblin. And I think that is such bullshit. And he was explaining, like, even in the first Spider-Man, when it's like Green Goblin was holding Mary Jane in one hand, and then, like, that cable car effortlessly. And he's just like, even just that in itself, like, there's no way Captain America is stronger, you know, or whatever. You know, he was kind of breaking it down in a few different other scenes. And it was like, okay, yeah, that really kind of shows how powerful Green Goblin was.
And you look at how powerful, like, Spider-Man is.
Right.
And, you know, during this movie, it's like Spider-Man is just beating the shit out of Green Goblin, and he's just, like, smiling and laughing about it the whole time.
Right.
Just like, yeah, keep going, yeah.
Which was awesome.
And I'm like,
it was
God
so
damn,
satisfying.
you're creepy.
Like, we needed, like, I think we needed somebody that was just that vicious and evil,
Right.
you know, or whatever.
Especially to
Crazy.
break Tom Holland's character.
I wanted so badly, though, for just, I wanted the floodgates to open. I wanted, towards the end, they're trying to get this thing. Like, obviously the Spider-Men are trying to close the universes, and these bad guys are trying to open it. I wanted so badly for them to open it.
Right.
So that, like...
And almost end the movie on, like, a downer like that.
I mean,
wanted,
they
like,
did end on a downer,
well,
but
yeah.
I wanted, like, other Spider-Man villains to, like, jump in and start fighting. Even, like, the lesser, like, in strength or intelligence people come in.
Because I think they did show, like, when they were doing, like, the people they were in, like, the clouds or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody, like, freeze it and break down who's who.
There's
Maybe
a YouTube
I'm
video
assuming there's
about
a lot.
all of that.
Yeah, okay. I might have checked that out.
Which reminds me, they did announce there's going to be a Kraven movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't remember who's playing Kraven, but I remember when they showed who they were casting for it, I was like, oh yes. Like,
Was it?
I can't remember.
Because I think I've heard that too.
I need to
Is it
Google some shit.
Aquaman? What's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa?
There's a new Aquaman coming out too.
I never watched the first one.
But the ending, Spider-Man's making his own suit now, and he doesn't have any of his gadgets anymore. He's got his brain, so he can make everything. I'm excited to see the next trilogy with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Like I'm really excited to see him with no technology and being more of a true Spider-Man. I think it's going to be sweet. I almost think that they're going to be bringing the Fantastic Four into the next Tom Holland trilogy.
I think they're supposed to be bringing it into, because it's failed a couple of times. But
the thing is with Tom Holland, with the Fantastic Four, what was the flame on guy? Johnny Storm?
Johnny Storm, yeah.
Okay, so Johnny Storm and Spider-Man in the older comics were best friends. And even some of the newer comic books, they've brought Johnny Storm and Spider-Man's friendship back. And I think, like, movie 2 of the new Tom Holland trilogy, I think Johnny Storm and him becoming friends, because, like I said before, Spider-Man was not only an Avenger, he became part of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And so you could work Spider-Man into the Fantastic Four, and he got a lot of his gadgets and whatnot from the Fantastic Four as well. He got like this cool white Fantastic Four Spider-Man suit that did certain things. I think that's going to be cool to see. I think that's where they should push this, because then you're bringing the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Universe, the new MCU. I mean, I don't know 100% if they're going to do that in a Sony film, but it would be cool to see Spider-Man's interaction with the Fantastic Four, because he's kind of the go-between on everything.
Right. Well, I've always thought with the Fantastic Four, they've tried so hard to like modernize them.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, they should keep it as almost like a Captain America thing, where they're displaced out of time kind of thing. Whether it's with the multiverses or something, but even if you have an origin story from back in the 80s or something, and now they're thrown into like modern times, I think they work better in an older timeline. But I think making them kind of out of their own time would just create another thing that would make it really, really cool. Actually, I think they need to stop trying to like modernize those characters, because like their superpowers compared to like
they're pretty goofy.
They're goofy,
Well, if you pay attention
and even Doctor Doom,
Yeah. If you pay attention to the Batman movies, and everybody's like, "Oh, his gadgets," but that, like, what's that even gonna do? Like, if you actually pay attention to the background of a lot of Batman movies, like especially the early '90s ones, the cars were old cars.
Right.
Like, I think the what is it, the second movie with George Clooney, or that's the second
That'd
in
be
that
the
lineup.
third one,
It's the first movie with George Clooney. It'd be the fourth movie.
Or fourth, yeah.
Poison Ivy pulls up in like a Rolls Royce limousine,
Right.
and then all the cars around her are like 40s,
that
50s
90s
cars.
era of Batman, like Gotham always had, it's like, is this the 90s or the 50s? We're not sure.
Yeah,
Like it always had that blend. Even because the Batman animated series was like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I loved so much about the Batman animated series, was like they had those like blimps flying around, and like
it was
all
timeless.
the planes were old, like biplane planes and stuff, and then you have this billionaire vigilante in this like jet. It's so they did kind of displace time for those.
Right. Right.
Because I think that was like a confusing thing for the audience, and there was a couple points where it's like they had a newspaper and it did say 90s on it.
Yeah.
So it's just like that's just the style of that world.
Just that other type of universe.
Yeah.
Because
I really
it's not
I don't
modern
necessarily
day.
think you need to, like the new Batman where he's hacking with a USB port. Like I don't necessarily think you need that.
Right.
Like I know people are wanting that, but I don't necessarily think that. I think because I mean, technically speaking, for the Marvel universe right now, they're in like 2028.
Right.
Because they did a time jump in modern day in 2019 of 5 years.
Yeah.
So that right there would put it at 2024. You've got this big battle, and then you've got a trilogy happening after that battle that's been at least a full year after that. So that's 2025. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they are well ahead of us right now.
They're in
Right.
the future.
Living in the future.
Future.
The future?
Yes, the future.
Future.
All in all,
Pew,
though,
pew.
with
Anyways.
Spider-Man, I did enjoy it. I thought it was...
Oh, yeah.
I knew going in that movie was going to just be huge.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed that they didn't have more. I think they could have brought another Spider-Man in, to be honest, too. I
Like
think they could have
the
brought...
Japanese one.
Penny Parker.
With the mech lion.
I think
Why?
they could have brought in. I think they could have brought in a Ben Reilly or the Spider-Man Noir. Like I think they could have brought other Spider-Man in, and I think it would have been cool. Like obviously the Spider-Man Noir, color, but I think
mean,
they
they-
could have done a lot with that. I think they could have brought in a Miles Morales.
I think a
definitely
live action
hinted
Miles
at 'em,
Morales will
you know?
be cool.
Right.
Honestly.
I can't
think
wait.
I'd love
that's
to see
gonna
that.
be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely like hinted at Miles.
Oh, I know.
In
They've
other
hinted
universes,
a
you
lot.
know?
They've hinted at Miles Morales a lot because even what was it? The first Spider-Man, Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
When Spider-Man webs that dude to the trunk, that's Miles Morales' uncle. That's Uncle Aaron.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't catch that.
So that's what, Nightcrawler or whatever? Is that's the same
Night
character?
Stalker.
Night Stalker. Who was all
Yeah.
Prowler? The Prowler.
Prowler.
Yeah.
He was always dope. Like the
Prowler
way
was
they
so
did
badass.
Prowler
Oh my
in
Solid.
that was sweet.
Yeah.
Even
in the
just giving
Spider-Verse.
that music that it was like a sound
Yeah.
Right.
was like that is such an amazing that was like the Joker's tone like in Dark Knight or whatever.
Mhm.
Like they always had this sound in the background. It's like Jaws almost.
Right. Right.
You know,
you knew
it's like,
something was
he's
up.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you guys see the sequel to Suicide Squad?
Yes,
Baller.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I actually just started watching
Peacekeeper.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to. I got guy at work is like, dude, you got to watch it. It's been really cool.
I've only seen
It's like I
2
want to.
episodes.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's a lot better than I expected it to be. But yeah, the reboot of Suicide Squad was fucking awesome. I just
I don't even know
loved.
if I'd call it a reboot. It's just the next like chapter or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
but,
true,
Like I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought it was fantastic.
I just really liked how they advertised it. You thought like all those characters were going to be in the movie,
Oh yeah.
and then they killed them off within 15 seconds
Yeah.
of the beginning of the movie, and it's like, wait, what?
There are so many good gags in that movie.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
the Weasel guy was fucking hysterical.
Right.
The fact that they made Polka Dot Man badass. Like
Right.
they're like, no, we're gonna make him cool.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see.
I
him.
loved when they went into the camp
Oh, killed
and killed
everybody.
everybody. And then they're like, these are good guys. It's like, oh
That was- yeah,
no.
Everyone.
Yeah, that was hysterical.
So many people like complained about what was his name, Starro, the big starfish
Yeah.
monster. So many people complained about it, but I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. I'm like, they took something as stupid and goofy as a giant starfish.
I feel like that was a giant slap in the face to Watchmen. Did you guys ever see, did you guys ever read the Watchmen graphic novel?
No,
But did you see the movie?
I love the movie.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay,
movie was one of my
so-
all-time favorites.
You know the movie when Dr. Manhattan basically blows everything up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that wasn't Dr. Manhattan in the book. That was a giant tentacled monster. It was supposed to be like an alien attack
Okay.
that
Yeah.
the nation gets behind everybody and creates peace because they unite against one threat.
Right.
And in the movie, they made it Dr. Manhattan was the
Mhm.
threat, so they all connected behind Dr. Manhattan. In the book, it was a giant tentacled monster.
Okay.
And so I think that big goofy starfish
Right.
thing, I think that was kind of like a throw, like almost a stab at Watchmen.
Well, wasn't that one of like the first stories of the Suicide Squad comics? Was the Big Starro? I think.
I'm not 100%
I believe
sure.
so.
I think so.
Like from just way back, like the 70s kind of.
Yeah, and I think James Gunn. I have to trust James Gunn on
Right.
every movie he makes.
Absolutely.
But he's gonna take something ridiculous and make it amazing,
Right.
Whatever.
Which is upsetting that it's taking so long for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Which I don't think he's a
Right.
part of. I think DC or Marvel let him go.
No, they all boycotted the film until they said
Oh, they
got
gotta figure it
I don't
out?
know
Oh,
if they.
good.
I don't know if he agreed to come back, but a lot of the actors were like, "We're not going to do this without him."
Right.
So if,
Yeah, 'cause I know
he's
it
not
was
gonna be
a lot
part
of-
it, we aren't.
A lot of it was like the production company and everything wanting something totally different.
It was a
He-
joke he made from when he was writing for Trauma. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys have ever seen any
It
Trauma
was a
films.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a posted joke from years ago, and they're like, "Well, we can't have somebody making jokes like
that's
that."
right.
It was-
I don't even
it
remember
was,
what it was, but
It was like a pedophile joke, but it was a joke. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's like, guys, it's
like,
fucking get
yeah, it was
over
probably in bad taste, but it's obviously a joke.
right. I
And
can't
he was
remember
writing
what it
for
was.
Trauma.
For Trump, you're right.
Everything is bad taste in trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Body of Mine was for that Suicide Squad movie. He made a realization that, and it's just kind of a weird thing, but that the movie is kind of like a narrative on single parents. Like every aspect of the movie deals with like single parents,
Right.
even the star,
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, going into it like thinking that way, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's just like a weird, interesting thing, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would like to see Harley be a little more. I loved her crazy in the movie, but I would like to see a little more intelligence out of her.
Did you see the Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah, the Birds of Prey
Birds
or
of Prey,
whatever.
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I thought that was really good.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was a lot better than I expected it to be, because I expected it to be very pandering and just, all right, let's watch
I liked
this.
the use
but it was
of
really good.
what's her name? The Black Canary in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me feel like they're going to bring the Green Arrow into something. The Green Arrow needs to be in something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just surprised the Green Arrow and the Green Lantern haven't been brought up in some movie yet. I know there were lanterns in the Snyder Cut, but the Green Arrow is one of my favorite characters. Like, he's right along there with Batman. He's pretty much Batman billionaire.
Right. With a bow and arrow.
With a bow and arrow. I've always loved the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Even when the Arrow TV show first came out, I fell off of it after it got really weird.
Yeah, I was into it for the first maybe couple seasons, but yeah, it did get kind of weird.
Yeah, it got real weird.
I
Did you ever
agree
watch
with
it?
you fellers.
Josh has not.
I've just seen kind of like bits and pieces of it.
The
and
whole
just-
CW universe for DC is weird. It's just, they do some weird stuff. They do
Yeah.
some really funny stuff, like Brandon Ruth, who played Superman in Superman Returns, is...
He's like the Kingdom Come Superman or something, isn't he? Or whatever it is.
well,
well,
they
he
cast
was
him as
that-
another character.
as like the Atom or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then when Supergirl comes into their big crossover event, she's looking at him, and he kind of looks at her and she goes, "You look just like my cousin." And that was a throw because he was Superman in
Yeah.
that movie. So
Yeah.
that was really, I thought that was
Right.
hilarious.
Well, didn't they recast him as?
I think
Another
it was
version of
I think
Superman?
it was
I
an
think
alternate
so.
universe crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
Superman. Because the Superman that they have from Supergirl, they have their own show now.
no.
Karate Chop. They have their own show now. So,
Which I'll,
Superman and Lois.
I'll be the first one to admit, I hated Brandon Routh as Superman. I thought he was awful,
I didn't mind
but not
him,
necessarily because of him, but
Yeah.
because
Is
of
that's the one where Lex Luthor's like, "Who's that child's father?"
I.
It's like the kid
God,
just
I just
threw
remember-
a piano at a henchman.
I
Like,
just remember
obviously
him
you know who-
lifting the island of kryptonite and getting
Yeah.
stabbed with kryptonite, and it's just like, guys, you're taking his one weakness and doing away with it,
Right.
like making it pointless. Then
Yeah.
you're just overpowering Superman. I mean, I get it; it's Superman.
He's overpowered
But-
anyways, but
He's lifting an island of kryptonite.
yeah, that movie was awful.
No. I would rather of them like bring another hero in to save him or something. Like there had to have been a different way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's just gonna power through it. Like that's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the philosophy of Superman thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to do the whole like he knows that's his family, and so he's gonna do whatever he has to do to save his family kind of deal, and he's gonna use all of his lasting strength to get this kryptonite island into outer space. Is that right?
I think so. I don't remember.
Which I actually like Brandon Routh. I think he's a pretty good actor. Just I hated that movie.
I've never
so
seen him
much.
in anything else other than Superman.
He was in.
Yep. Here we go. Josh is thinking. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I think I got nothing.
Yeah, dude, I've never seen him in anything else.
You're my favorite thinker.
Thoughts escape me like a majestic golden hawk.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to movies coming out though. All those movies that were set back, and then they're just like Purge releasing them on us all. I'm pretty excited about that. I think I saw did I see a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out?
Yes.
I think there's a series about Leatherface coming out. I think
it's Old Man Leatherface. It's supposed to be a direct sequel to the original.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, set like what was it, the 1970?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it was. That much time has passed till now.
So they're taking right off of Halloween.
Yeah.
Which the new Halloween comes out as well.
Oh yeah. And we still have to do our review of Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
I almost feel like we should do like a double feature when the new one comes out later this year,
Or a triple feature.
or a triple feature.
We could
and just
review them
go
all.
That's not a bad
through-
idea.
Let's
I
do
like that idea.
Yeah.
Other than movies and games and stuff, what have you guys been up to? Thinking about creatively, maybe some stories or anything you've come up with? Because I kind of shared my Gilligan's Island story, and it was a success.
I've
You guys
just
come
mostly been working, and most of my free time has been going to Skyrim. I really haven't been thinking of anything else. I've been wanting to novelize. I wanted to novelize one of our stories that we've done or written as a script, and I was like, I want to expand it and write it as a book. And that hasn't gotten far.
And I've been actually thinking a lot about that the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Was really wanting to get into springtime to really start doing the
We need to do the hallway.
the graphic novel. Well, yeah, and the hallway. Yeah, we definitely need to do that.
What story are you novelizing?
The
Dark.
The Dark.
The Dark.
Yeah.
I
Which I
think-
have to retitle because there's already a major book series called The Dark.
I think you need to do a prequel of it.
It's
Ooh.
well, I'm thinking about throwing that in the book, like where she came from or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that
Covering
should
more
be
of the
like
past.
I think because you have the story that your graphic novel is going to be, so you don't need to novelize your graphic novel. I think you should give a
I see
more
what you're
in-depth,
saying.
Yeah.
more in-depth history of her, or her kind, or where she came from,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I think that would be really, really cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because I'm really looking forward to this graphic novel. Actually, getting into
me
it.
too. I've been once I get my office set up. So okay, our graphic novel idea involves a lot of photography, and like green screens and whatever kind of thing. I've been wanting to do that with figures because I've seen a lot of toy photography that I'm like, that's really cool, and
make
that
it
could
look
be
so real,
done. Exactly.
2 feet of space, they build like a background and everything.
Right.
I've seen that too.
So I've been thinking about doing our graphic novel style that we've kind of like settled on, not settled on, but you know, whatever. And just using figures. I could shoot backgrounds wherever I want
Yeah, absolutely.
and just set up a really small green screen stage.
Which I don't think we'll do it with the Dark. 'Cause
No.
I really want to
Yeah, I want to do
move
the
on
dark
with what we've
right,
worked on
yeah,
already.
for sure.
But,
No, that's just like so that in the mostly because like I want to do things in the winter because I'm so shut in.
Right.
I don't want to go outside at all. Like I go to work, I come home, I crash. I like the cold and snow is evil, and I want nothing to do with it. So like once I get my office set up. But it's like, yeah, just gotta get all that done.
You've been busy being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. I've I created a line of beard oils, as mentioned at the very beginning of the show. Our brand beard oil. I'll probably be releasing a lot more information on it, ways to order it and everything, in coming episodes. I also started, as a 37-year-old man, a TikTok, in which we talk about just quick little snippets of like, did you know, horror facts and things like that. You can find at that one Josh guy on TikTok.
Yeah, we're gonna play around with the TikTok thing, I think, more too. Just doing funny little videos and horror things or whatever.
I think that'd be cool. Your Did You Know guy is one of my favorite TikTok guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, have you seen his originals? Like the actual guy that's like tells just odd facts?
I have not, actually.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to check him out.
You're such a liar. You set it up exactly like he does.
Oh, did I have it really? I was so anti-TikTok.
I was like, oh my god, he's doing the same thing. But then it's
now I'm
horror
curious.
facts. I like the horror facts.
Yeah.
I like that spin on it. You did good.
I'm going to have to check him out for
You
sure.
remade Gilligan's Island TikTok. I've been working on my house a lot. That's like all I've been doing and working. And haven't had time to do anything, but I'm trying to do my basement into an art studio for Sarah and I.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's like all we've been into. Once we can get something done at the house so that I can breathe.
Nice.
And like, I've been trying to do some work at the house, but it got to the point where I couldn't even take my trash out because of the snow.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
Living in
nowhere on the
trash.
curb to like put it out. So, I mean, I have like we've been putting the trash can out on the driveway, but as far as like putting out big shit to get out of the way, I'm like, I don't have anywhere to put this.
I cleaned our entire back room, like our sunroom, the other day. I was like, it was driving me nuts. And it's my fault because I have to finish our entryway mudroom so that I can get a lot of that stuff out of there into the mudroom.
Yeah.
And I cleaned this room and I'm like, oh, thank God I can breathe. And now it's like full of our recycling, like all of our cardboard boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn it, it's back and I'm doing it to myself again.
I get it.
Let's try to do this more in the upcoming future.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can bank a bunch of recordings and blast them out.
Sounds good to me.
Do we have
All right.
anything else on your list to go over?
On my list? I don't believe so.
We got anything left on yours?
Do you even have a
No.
list, Josh?
I didn't bring a list.
I don't need a list.
Just basically stuff that we could talk about. Upcoming stuff that we need to do, like the hallway. We need to get that done.
Yeah, we've got some films that we just need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll get there, especially come springtime.
we're
Yeah.
so busy right now.
And we're all on different shifts. Well, at least I am. You guys aren't.
Yeah, I'm
But-
on the day shift.
Same.
Yeah.
I got a set schedule now. That's wild.
I'm not on the day shift. I'm on the work every day until I'm dead shift.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, if you work hard and do your best, your boss will get a nice bonus. So
Yeah, for
There you
sure. We'll talk more about that after we stop. But yeah, I think we
All
should. I think we should wrap it.
yeah,
Let's wrap it up, boys.
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 All right, this has been the Review Dudes. Once again, this is Josh,
I'm Jason.
PJ.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.